Hey guys, how's it going? Preparing here. So, as you've seen from my video yesterday, there is some new thing out there called the Diablo 3 PTR, the public test realm. Anyone that has a Diablo 3 account can go check that out, download it, and play on it. It's down a lot of the time, but that's how PTR is. Expectations are that the game is not going to work as expected, but if you give your feedback, you can improve the game more directly than the live version. So why is this important? This kind of changes the nature of the game. You see, I didn't really know that much about the PTRs and all that stuff until it came to World of Warcraft raiding. When I joined a top-end guild, Exodus, in Wrath of the Lich King, we started doing PTR bosses like crazy, and we would use that knowledge to further ourselves in the competition scale of the game. And I think in Diablo it will be no different. I understand that out of the 7 of you that are still playing Diablo 3 actively, 6 of you are like whirlwind barbs and you probably quit. But, that one other guy, I'm going to let you know, man, if you want to be really, really hardcore, if you want the edge, you're really going to have to spend a lot of time on the PTR. When I come up with like a guide, some kind of way to make gold or something like that within the game, I just post it on YouTube. I don't really care because, I'd rather they just spread the word. It doesn't really matter to me. I'll be fine in the game. No big deal. But the people that are interested in making a shitload of gold, a shitload of like maybe real life money when it comes to Diablo, knowing how the economy and how the game will affect it, how they work together in a way, is an extremely important fact. And being able to have this knowledge exclusively, or at least to a smaller group, you'll have a great advantage. So what do I mean by that? Well, I can give you guys a very obvious example, but the obvious ones are not going to be the ones that are going to make you a lot of gold. They're going to be the ones that are going to serve as examples for what you should be looking for. So when it comes to the barbarian, they got nerfed Zors. People are still going to make whirlwind barbs. Whirlwind barbs still work, kind of. Not as well, that's for sure, but they work. If you scale up that monster level, they have enough life, and you're good enough, and your gear is good enough, then yeah. But let's be realistic. The gear requirements for barbs just went up. A lot of people will not want to dedicate that amount of time, gold, or money towards building a character like that. So the demand for that kind of gear is going to go down. When the demand goes down, prices go down. And as such, people might be looking for other things. People who have whirlwind barbs, they're like, forget this, man. I don't have enough gold to make a whirlwind barb successful. I'm going to try to make a different kind of barb. Now, I haven't done a lot of the research, but it seems to me like maybe like the two-hand rend action might be the way to go, something like that. But if you guys can figure out stuff like that, if you guys can figure out where a lot of people will move towards, you can do some pretty shady activities that are going to result in you making a lot of gold. And, for instance, if you concluded that pretty much every barb out there is going to go around fucking rending with a scorn, you can just go over there on the on the auction house on the actual game, not the PTR, and just buy out all the cheap scorns or something like that. Because people who like trying to rebuild their barbarians on like a budget, they're probably going to look for the mid to low end items, and this is going to be a pretty good opportunity to sell them. Now, the other thing with PTR is that I understand that when you're playing Diablo, the way the game works is it has a cumulative, a cumulative build of advantages. You gain more gold, you gain more items, you gain more drops. They've pretty much removed everything from the game when it comes to losing ground on your character progression. Is that a good thing? I don't think so, but that's how it is. So I understand a lot of you have pretty limited gaming time and are not able to play the PTR extensively, but I think you guys should at least understand the game on a very high-end level so you can make the decisions at least on the patch notes themselves with very limited testing. Because this information is so important that it's really the end-all be-all. Being able to make your assertion on a situation and having it acknowledged to be more or less correct on a fact, you're going to have a lot of wealth within the game to forecast this kind of information. And I hope you guys take advantage of it if you guys are really into Diablo, because Diablo, I understand there's very few of you that are still playing it like super actively, but I think that'll change. I think Diablo will become more or less of a popular game in the future as the patches roll in. They're heading in the right direction, but man, it's a pretty tall ladder to climb. So we'll see. Maybe near the top, all those efforts, all those moments that you've taken to accumulate the wealth, accumulate the gear, accumulate the character, will pay off, and you'll have what you want. I hope I do, because I'm hoping it'll once again be a great game for me to play. I'll see you guys in it, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.